We welcome back Sal and Elise for a new segment we are calling Decent Proposals. With the trade deadline on the horizon, we're exploring potential trades for the Mets and Yankees. So Elise, we'll start with you. Out of all the guys you saw in the All-Star game, who would you go after if you were the Mets?
I think this is more than a decent proposal.
Okay.
I would say that the Mets would require David Bednar, closer for the Pirates, and in return, the Pirates would get Kevin Parada. So Kevin Parada, is the Mets' top prospect. Normally, I would not say that a first rounder from last year is expendable, especially a catching prospect. They're very hard to come by. He was just drafted last year, first round. He also hasn't proven himself yet. You haven't seen anything from him, so you'd like to see more. However, David Bednar, he's a free agent in 2027, so he has 3.5 years left. So you're going to need to give the Pirates a little bit something more, and that's why I think Parada would be that guy. If you look at the Pirates roster, they actually could use someone like him, because the closest thing that I can see where there's potential for them is Henry Davis. He was a catching prospect for them. He's mostly played in the outfield in the big leagues. And so the Mets, too, when it comes to the catching side, they have someone by the name of Francisco Alvarez. I think he's answering a lot of questions, proving that he can be a good catcher at the big league level. So I think all the pieces really come together. What do the Mets need? Pitching, especially in the bullpen. You can always use arms in a playoff run, and they needed him in the first half alone. So how about in the second half?
Bednar has a 1.27 ERA in his 34 appearances this season. So they could really use that in their bullpen. Okay, Sal, to you. If you were the Yankees, you know they need help in a lot of areas. Who would you go after that you saw in the All-Star game?
You know the Yankees
I definitely know they do.
They need an outfielder desperately, Nikki, as you know. So I would go after Luis Robert. And I know he's banged up. Oh, you want another injured guy? Look, he's the best option. If we're looking at the All-Star rosters right now that maybe the Yankees could go pluck from, it would be Luis Robert, because that's what they desperately need. You talk about a calf issue because of the home run derby. That's why it wasn't in the All-Star game. I'm not worried about that. A package centered around Jason Dominguez, for me, to go to the White Sox, who are struggling. They're going to be trading off a lot of their star players. Robert would be a good fit. You move him to left field because you have Bader in center field, plus his insurance in case Bader gets hurt, who's always hurt too. Robert, to me, would be the guy that I would look to go attain.
And you saw what happens with Cole when they're real outfielders.
Yeah, right.
There.
Good
so
point. Not IKF in left field.
On display. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us on Decent Proposals.